In this file, which you can get out of my folder, you can see that if I select this fender and go to the edge, I've selected this group of edges right here. I've held down Control, selected each piece, and grabbed that line of edges, just like we did in a previous tutorial. I'm going to say Create Shape from Selection. It's an editable poly, edges selected, Create Shape from Selection. I'm going to call this Fender Path. Make it linear so that it sticks right to that path, and I can click on this fender path and you can see that it's going to fit right on there. Okay, now with no sub-object selected over here, I'm going to right click in my viewport and say Unhide by Name and select Cylinder. I've made this earlier. Now this cylinder is way back there in the background. It looks like it's going to fit, but you can see that if I get this close to the tank, it's really big. So it's going to have to be scaled down. But for right now, just click on the cylinder. Should be an editable poly. And by the way, the cylinder was made just by beveling out these segments on the cylinder. It makes like a pipe object. I'm going to go to editable poly, drop this down, and I'm going to select Path Deform WSM for World Space Modifier. Pick Path. It'll only highlight over my little fender path that I made earlier. It's on there, but now I have to hit Move to Path. You'll see it's gigantic. And in this case, I wanted to show you that you can scale this object down to fit on the tank. And so now I've got like a fender pipe piece on there. If you'll remember, percent moves it along the path, and stretch will stretch it along the path as well. So I'm going to move it up a little bit, move percent down to fit it correctly. We'll change the coloring, and we'll do a quick render. The render right now is set up wrong. You have to unclick Save File if you'd like to render it, and now we get a render of our tank with its little pipe attached to it, and that's how you can add little details to this tank. This particular tank was done by a student, same project, and you can kind of just get another idea of a direction you can go with the tank projects. But that's how Path Deform works. It's a good way to add detail to the tank.